So when I was a kid, right, I was always scared of horror movies because I was an imaginative child, right? And when you're imaginative, you also imagine yourself getting killed by a ghost. So I was just not that much into horror. Whenever I would sleep, I would have trouble sleeping if I ever saw a horror movie, even if it wasn't that scary. Now that I've grown up, and now that I'm, less religious than I was before, I am not that much into believing in ghosts and stuff. So now I just watch whatever horror movie I see. So obviously that also brings with itself the concept of watching horror movies in the theater. And so far I had seen three, right? It was Weapons, Long Legs, and Nosferatu. All three of them unfortunately were not that impressive. Sure, Nosferatu had some interesting things in like its first half. The initial scenes with the vampire guy are pretty cool, but in the second half when he starts to get horny, like that's just my brother right there, dude. Like I can't really be scared of that guy. He's just like me. So yeah, recently my experience with watching horror movies in the theater was not that good. Recently, however, last month I saw two. That would be Hokum and Obsession. And I want to talk about both of them because both of them blew my mind because they were like outstanding. So let's start talking about Hokum first, right? I saw Hokum on the last day of my college, basically. It was like the last day of the exam. Me and my homeboys were like all chilling and stuff. So we were thinking, you know what, let's just watch a movie. And you see, I am the guy who picks the movies in my friend group, like what we're gonna watch. Uh, this does two things. Number one, obviously, it gives me the liberty to watch whatever I want. And number two, unfortunately, if the movie turns out to be bad, I am the one who gets the hate. Like I created the movie or something. So I decide, you know what, we're watching Hokum. And we go to the theater, and it's afternoon. And afternoon in Delhi, always you're sleepy in the afternoon during summers and stuff. So we get into the theater, and like all my friends are sleepy, and they don't even care what movie it is. They don't even know what movie it is actually. One of my friends actually asked me while we were in the theater that what is the name of the movie. And so I tell him, it's Hokum. And so we start watching the film. Everybody's sleepy, and the first like 10 minutes are actually kind of boring. So I thought that this was gonna be another dud. And then suddenly the first horror scene happens, and everybody's fucking wide awake. Okay? These motherfuckers locked the fuck in. They were on high alert after that. And Hokum genuinely surprised me with how good it was as a scary movie. Okay? So, what is the concept of Hokum? Hokum basically is the story about this guy, and this guy goes into a hotel, and in the hotel there's a room, and obviously in the room there's a witch, and so you know what's gonna happen. He's gonna end up in that room. So that's the what the story is about. That is there a witch in the room, and like how the stuff goes down. And it's a very minimalistic horror movie. Like everything happens in like one night, and I like that a lot. It does not leave a lot of loose ends on its plot, does not try to overcomplicate anything. No, it's just an event of one guy who gets into this room and now he has to get the fuck out. It's a good fucking film. And my friends were congratulating me like I made the film. And I'm like, they're shaking my hand, like congratulating me like I made it, right? So yeah, I'm sorry to the director for stealing all of his limelight here. And Hokum genuinely impressed me. There's a dead body, like a corpse scene in Hokum, in which there's this, of course, corpse, and you are like continuously wondering whether it's gonna move or not because the corpse is so fucking uncanny and creepy and stuff, and I fuck with that a lot. Also, all of the like real like jump scare scenes are very well done. Like I just like the movie a lot, right? If I had to rate it, I would give it like a chill 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's a good fucking film. Next, let's talk about Obsession, okay? Very rarely does it happen that I watch a horror film and I'm thinking about it before I go to bed. Last time it happened was with that old ass nun in Conjuring 2, and now it's Obsession. But the difference is now I'm a grown ass man, so like, this is good. if this is making me, keeping me awake at night. Obsession is so good. Like, there are so many interesting things that have been done with, horror as a concept in this movie. I went to watch this also with my homeboys, and again, we were thoroughly surprised by how good it is, right? I am not scared of a demon. I am scared of women. And Obsession, there are a lot of innovative scenes in Obsession that I really liked. Like, there is this one scene where, like, the girl is somewhere in the room, and the room is dark, and, like, both you and our main character, I think his name was Bear, both of us are looking, where the fuck is she? Right? And it's so good. And, like, there are two scenes in specific. There's one scene in which she starts walking in reverse, but they don't actually make her walk in reverse. They play the clip of her walking but in reverse, and it's so fucking uncanny that it just works. My favorite one, however, is this very small horror scene in which she just starts walking like a stop motion character, like a puppet almost, like the fucking dog from Shaun the Sheep. Like, genuinely scared the fuck out of me. It's not even a jump scare. It's like a 2 second scene that happens in the background, but it's so fucking effective. Also, I really like how, and this is just my hypothesis, okay? I think the experience for this movie, right, the perspective would be different of like a dude and a girl, right? Because personally, when I was watching this film, I am completely thinking from like a survivalist mindset, right? I'm thinking for survival. And I'm like, when the girl starts doing weird shit, I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of there, right? If I'm sleeping with my girl and I wake up and she's standing in the corner of the room screaming at me, I'm getting the fuck out of there. You can keep the house until I bomb it, but I'm not gonna be there. And this motherfucker, this dumbass dude, sees all that shit and still treats her like she's his girlfriend. Like, it's so weird. And when you're watching movie, you kind of start having this realization as the film goes along that this guy is equally a piece of shit. Well, he arguably is the only piece of shit in the story. There's this very specific scene in which the girl says something along the lines of kill me, basically, right? She's telling the guy to kill her. And this dumbass, right? And this is after all the freaky shit has already happened, by the way. And this dumbass says, is it so hard to love me? Or something like that. And that fucking broke my mind. Like, holy fuck, how horny can a man be? Like, get the fuck out of there, dude. Obsession was good. Obsession was good is all I'm saying. I would say this though. In India, okay, all of these old censorship zombies, they like removed 40 seconds of footage, and it is like the most important 40 seconds of the fucking film. First off, the first clip they removed was basically there's this scene with like a lot of gore in which one character is getting killed. Okay, if you've seen the movie, you know which scene I'm talking about. And they fucking removed the scene where she's getting killed. Okay, it's like you see the jump scare and then it immediately cuts to the corpse, the mutilated corpse, that is. And that is fine. Okay, it's annoying, sure, but like I did not catch it while I was watching the film. And so it just jump scare happens and then she just becomes a corpse, and I'm like, okay, that is fine. Okay. The second clip they remove, however, is so fucking annoying. Basically, in the climax, there is this very specific conversation which basically explains the whole ending, kind of. And I'm watching the film and everything is going fine. The dude is in the bathroom, okay? I'm not spoiling anything. But the dude is in the bathroom. And then suddenly a cut happens. And everything gets resolved. Like, we just cut to the climax, like the very last scene. And I'm so confused, like, what the fuck happened? I, like, lost the plot. And later on, I realized, oh, these motherfuckers cut that footage. They cut the footage that explained what the fuck even happened. Genuinely ruined the fucking movie-going experience for me. However, I would still say this, okay? Even though that was like fucking annoying, the film is still very, very good. And the horror scenes are so good. Like, if I had to rate Obsession out of 10, I would give it like a chill 9. Yeah, pretty good film. That's all I really had to say for today. If you want me to talk about other horror movies, don't do anything. Maybe I'll just do it. I don't know. I'm free nowadays. Yeah, bye. Subscribe, maybe. I don't know.